some people's fear and argument about parents leaving inheritance for children is that it could make children lazy. They don't want to work again, knowing that if my father dies, I have 2 houses waiting for me and all of that. So how can we balance that? Can you tell our viewers out there, particularly young people who are privileged to come from homes where their parents are well-to-do and they have an idea that they may have a lot of inheritance? How do we balance it? How do we inheritance vis-a-vis the story of Luke chapter 15, where he couldn't even work with his hands? He had to go depend on what the father had for him.
No. The issue is not with the person asking for his share in what the father has. The problem actually is with the parent. Serve as an example. As I grow up my children, give them quality education to the best of my ability. Let me tell you, as they were finishing, graduating, I had in mind, I tried to labor, sacrifice, and deny myself of everything that as they graduate, I should be able to have reasonable money kept aside, that anytime they share with me as they graduate that this is what I want to do outside employment, I should be able to provide the initial capital. I am still young and active, then I should supervise them, so that they can get the benefit of insight from experience. You know, the point I'm trying to make here is that inheritance is not until the father passes on, or a child or a young man, a young woman seeing what the father and the mother has and then becomes lazy. No. If the young man or young girl becomes lazy, it is the fault of the parents. Because what you're supposed to do is to provide a takeoff, platform for them. That's an inheritance to why you are yet living and why they are yet living. You give to them out of what you have for them to take off. In ministry, in the civil service, when a new ministry or department or agency is created, there's always a take-off grant.
Yes.
So that applies to family. When you are living and you have children, you have raised up, sensibly, responsibly like that. As they graduate, you sit down with them, they would have shared with you their plans for their future and that and that and that. Then, besides prayer, you counsel, you guide, and then provide the initial takeoff for them. And then you stand as their mentor. Do you understand?
Yes.
Stand as their mentor. And there is always something that is called in the civil service. There's something that is called in the Civil Service Stabilization Fund. Every father and mother who is raising this thing, because it is all part of inheritance. At the point your child is doing, is in his business or anything like that, you should be able to come and add something to that to stabilize the person in his or her business or undertaking or pursuit. All that is part of inheritance. When you grow up, children of yours to be responsible, let me tell you something. You know my house. I can tell you that my house will not as good as it is. It won't appeal to them because they have a higher taste. It's just that they won't put eye in what I have. Because for one, like me, now all my children, right from the least to the oldest, we have an agreement in the family. And I've told them that for everything I am on planet Earth, if they are not 10 times better than what I am, then they have faith. And that is what is established. That's inheritance. I've laid the foundation, and I have told them that, look, let them look around whatever I am as a person, material, financial, anything. If in their lifetime they cannot get it, the minimum is 10 times, they have faith. And so that has been planted, inculcated into them, and they are growing up with it. You understand? That's really. So to come to Luke 15, the young man went to the father and asked his portion of inheritance. Why the man was or family set up, perhaps maybe he felt he would be cheated. I wouldn't give any reason, but he might have his reason. It was the father it was in the power of the father to say no, yes. What do you want to do it for? That's what is called a feasibility study. Do you understand?
Yes.
What are your plans and that and that? Before you just let it go like that, call the young man. What do you want to do? How do you want to do? Where and how? And how? You don't just, because they ask you, let go. So the case of the prodigal son in Luke 15 is more about a parental failure.
Okay.
A failure of parental responsibility and supervision than the young man who went to waste